everybody? It's your boy the SLAP Train, and welcome back, guys, to the Forza Motorsport 5. Today we have a special episode for you guys. We're going to be taking a look at the new cars that dropped on August the 12th. Now, we had a handful of cars, and I would say this is probably one of my favorite card packs that has launched to date. Now, to start us off, we have the Forza Motorsport 5 2013 Vauxhall Astra 1.6 Top Gear Edition. Now, this car is packed with loads of new features, including stiffened suspension, better brakes, and the list goes on. We're going to touch base on more of those when we actually start driving it. Now, up next, we have the 2014 Rolls-Royce Wraith, or Wraith, however you want to pronounce that. And this is an absolute monster right now. Twin turbo, 6.6 liter V12. Oh my god, man. As well, too, we have the 2014 Renault Spark SRT 01E, standing for electric. This thing is absolutely something of prestigious cars to drive. I don't know what to say, man, but this thing is absolutely a beast on the track, and I cannot wait to test drive this. One of my favorites out of this pack, the 2015 Ford Mustang GT, and this is one bad machine right now. We're going to be getting more into this very soon in the episode, but we're going to be test driving all of these cars for you guys. We're going to have a look at all of them. We're going to get familiar with them in terms of handling, performance, and the list goes on. Now, the last two cars that were added in are the Infinity car pack, and those include the Infinity Q50S and the Infinity Q50. I just heard some squeaking outside. Someone came to a dramatic halt out my window right now. I don't know if they're alright, but I didn't hear no bang, so we should be good. But yeah, so it's going to be quite a jam-packed episode today. I hope you guys do enjoy this. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys on the track.
Named after the London town where it was founded, Vauxhall began business before the invention of the automobile. Founded in 1857, Vauxhall originally built pumps and marine engines, but at the beginning of the 20th century switched to making cars. In the early 1900s, Vauxhall developed the world's first sports car, the Prince Henry Vauxhall, and the first production car to break 100 miles per hour, the legendary Vauxhall A-Type. During World War II, Vauxhall built the Churchill tank and an estimated 250,000 trucks for the war effort. Vauxhall has grown into the second largest manufacturer in the United Kingdom. Their VXR division turns practical family cars into high-performance racing machines. VXR cars have stiffened suspension, reworked brakes, and extensive modifications to the drivetrain, making them excellent track day cars.
Alright guys, so first up on our list today of cars is the Vauxhall Astra. Now this is a 114 horsepower car with 114 foot-pounds of torque. Behind it is a 1.6 liter, just over 3,100 pounds. Now this is made by the VXR division. As I said before, this is going to give it stiffer springs, a reworked brakes as well too, and a drivetrain modification that's going to hopefully allow us to get pulled around these corners just a little bit quicker. So let's have a quick test drive on this, see how it does on the track, and you know, I'm hoping big things for this, man. I really am. Whew, sounds nice though. Very slow off the start. Oh my god, man. I can walk faster than this thing. You gotta keep in mind though, 114 horsepower is not a lot, man. My damn Honda had more than that thing. So this is just kind of giving you a taste. But really though, I mean, this car, obviously it is still getting a little bit of oversteer. Woo, not too much though. This shift on that's my bad, my bad. God, man. It feels so different going around the track in a slow car, driving the F40s and the F50s and everything like that, but I will tell you what though, that Mustang is going to feel absolutely phenomenal on the test track if we decide to take it there. Now right off the bat though, as I said, braking seems a little bit hard. Locking it up a little bit. That could be driver error. That could be myself. We need it in first gear for this thing. It is not torquey enough, man. I feel like this thing should have a lot more torque to the car, but 114 horse, man, you cannot deny that. This 1.6 is just screaming right now wants me to take my foot up off the damn gas. It ain't happening though. Coming to the last corners. Here we go. Take it in nice and easy. And the second. And over the line. Now, this car, I really thought I was going to have a lot more horsepower to the wheels. Really, I mean, as I said, 114 horsepower is not a lot combined with 3,100 pounds of pressure, or not pressure, but of weight of this car. Because, I mean, really, this thing would need to be at least 1,500 pounds for us to get what we want out of this. So, you know, maybe reworked with the weight reduction, I think this car would be fantastic. But I feel that this car should have already came with that weight reduction, considering this is, you know, a track package for the car. So overall, I'd have to say I give this car about a 5 out of 10. Just not happy with, you know, the torque, with the horsepower. I mean, can we even get a wheel stand on this thing? No. No chance in hell we're getting a wheel stand right now. I mean, whew. Handling is obviously great, but that's because of the fact that, you know, we are driving almost a go-kart, if you will. Here we go. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see you guys back on the track with the next car.
Since its debut at the 1964 World's Fair, the Ford Mustang has been an iconic performance vehicle for the masses. The Mustang has been popular from the start, selling well over 1 million cars in 2.5 years, making it the best-selling Ford since the Model A. The Mustang single-handedly ignited the pony car craze, a new class of compact American sports cars in the 1960s and 70s, defined by their long hoods and short rear decks. Marketed toward the youth market, the Mustang was easily customized, giving drivers a chance to make their cars as individual and unique as they were. Despite many rivals over the years, the Mustang remains the only original pony car in continuous production since the 1960s, a testament to the car's enduring appeal.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so here we have the 2015 Ford Mustang, 5-liter, 421 horsepower, 391 foot-pounds of torque, and this thing weighs just over 3,600 pounds. Now, that's only 500 pounds more than the Vauxhall that we just drove with 100 horsepower. Now, this thing is going to be absolutely crazy with 4 times as much as that. So here we go, baby. Woo! Wanted to lean on me coming off there. She feels good, though. All right, coming into the first section. Make sure we don't overdo it. Woo! She likes to get sideways already. Feels the suspension is very loose. You guys can see right here. Comes back very nice, but it's a very loose setup though. And this Mustang was supposed to have a better suspension setup than the older one. Now, woo! Here we go, baby. She's feeling good though. Now the rear suspension's running independently than the usual setup that they usually run. Now, with that, each wheel is going to have its own suspension settings for it, which is going to make it handle a lot better, but it feels like the car is a lot looser than normal, and you can definitely tell that. So I think once we do tune this up, it's going to feel absolutely awesome on the track with a little bit tighter roll bars to this. That V8 just sounds absolutely beautiful. Braking feels good. Could use a little bit more power to the brakes. Full throttle through that section. Woo! This thing is a dream to drive. It just feels absolutely beautiful. You guys can hear this thing. It sounds crazy, man. The new body lines on this car make this thing look absolutely sleek. We're going to take this a little bit wide. Come on back for me, baby. Now, fourth gear is not as torquey as the third, obviously, but But I think if we get a nice supercharger on this thing, it's going to sound absolutely phenomenal. Look at this. This thing is a born drifter. Alright, what we're going to do right now is we're going to take this 0 to 60. Let's see how it does. We're going to go at 220, gentlemen. 220. Boom! 5 seconds, man. 5 seconds. It could have been a little bit more than that, or less. But 5 seconds, 0 to 60. Sounds slow. Alright, so we've seen what this Mustang can do on the track. I'd like to freestyle this a little bit and see how she does. So here we go. Second gear feels good. Definitely need some differential work on here, and this thing is going to be beautiful. Now, obviously, this is not meant to drift. Obviously, you know, it can, but if we fine-tune this, this is probably going to be one of my favorite drift cars in the entire game. And I will be definitely leaving this 5.7-liter V8 in here, man. This thing is an absolute beast. Woo! And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, 5-liter, not the 5.7. What am I thinking right now?
Rolls-Royce is an icon of luxury, effortless elegance, and timeless beauty. For over 100 years, Rolls-Royce has built aircraft engines, armored cars, and handcrafted luxury automobiles. With a precedent of the highest quality, building each car requires hundreds of hours of craftsmanship. Today, the classic Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament adorns the Wraith, the most powerful and technologically advanced Rolls-Royce ever produced. Power is supplied by a 6.6-liter twin-turbocharged V12 engine, while the signature Magic Carpet Ride is maintained by an electronically controlled air suspension. The Wraith's innovation harkens back to the words of co-founder Sir Henry Royce: "Take the best that exists and make it better. When it does not exist, design it."
Alrighty guys, so the next car that we're going to be looking at today is the Rolls-Royce Wraith. Wrath, however you want to pronounce it, $300,000. This is going to be the most expensive car that we've driven yet today. And this thing is powered by a monstrous V12 motor. Now, running 624 horsepower with 590 foot-pounds of torque with a 6.6-liter V12 twin-turbo engine. Now, this is no sports car by any means, but I would gladly take this out as a weekend warrior. Honestly, I am excited to drive this thing. I don't know what this is going to do. I have a feeling that this is going to feel really nice, but obviously, as I said, this is not a car that you should be buying for a track by any means. But I figured because we're on Forza Motorsport, why don't we do that? Road America, let's get it going. Woo! Now, Rolls-Royce is not meant to be having this much power in their car. This is the most powerful Rolls-Royce ever produced so far. Now, we're going to have a quick look to see how this thing handles in the corners. It's a big bitch, man. I think this is weighing just about 4,000 pounds. Do not quote me on that because I do forget its weight. I don't want to, call it fat or anything like that. But you can see, though, it gets very sideways in these corners. Whew! Even the rear end wants to kick out. I'm surprised, man. Here we go, coming through one of these tricky sections right now. Keep it nice and steady. Ooh, this thing just wants to get sideways, man. This V12 is screaming. Braking feels good. You gotta have good brakes behind a good engine and body. Otherwise, your brakes are gonna fall to mush, and this car is gonna go right into the wall. This shift, but we're gonna get to see some horsepower right now. Let's see what we can get this thing up to before the end of the stretch. 140, 150. So this is Road Atlanta. Woo! Got it up to 150 miles an hour right now. We're gonna end up spinning out on that. Let's use our horsepower to our advantage and let's spin some rubber. handles very nicely though. I mean, it's able to come back, and we are driving a beast right now. This is an absolute monster. Woo! Alright, so let's have a look at this in the third person here. I mean, the car just looks luxurious, man. You feel like you are a king driving this car, and by all means, let's see how she gets down sideways. Now, we're not going to be using the e-brake initiation. The car is not fast enough for that. It's too heavy. We're just going to use the inertia of the car to actually bring us in to a drift. Feels very nice. Pop that into fourth. Oh! We got it though. And we're still spinning. We're spinning out. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to get my final thoughts on this. Honestly, this is one hell of a machine. I mean, Rolls-Royce doing a burnout down Road Atlanta. I never thought I'd see the day. But, you guys seen it here first. Oh my God, man. Now, I wish we could open the doors so I can show you some pretty cool features about this car. But these doors actually automatically close on a touch of a button. Suicide doors closing on its own. It doesn't get any better than that in the Rolls-Royce. Oh, we almost flipped it, man. Oh, shit. That's a $300,000 car, guys. I don't think I got insurance on this, man. I'm hopping in the woods.